All right, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in the show. That was a good segment with Matt Spencer. Many people already know who he is. If you don't, you'll hear about him more and more now that I've dropped his name on you. He is he's such a success story here in San Diego. He's opened all these bars and restaurants, and everything he puts his hands on turned out really, really well. So it's an honor to have him in here. Now, staying along the same topic of Little Italy downtown, we have Chad Daniker, who's ranked #1 in the downtown Little Italy marketplace as far as real estate goes. If you are buying or selling a home, there is no one I could recommend higher, so it's always good to get him in here. Chad Daniker, our real estate elite. Good to have you, man.
Thanks, Craig. Thanks for having us today.
So we're going to get a lot of updates on the real estate market, and I'm excited to talk to you about that. But we also got a couple cool guests with us. We have David Lowenstein and Brent Cole, who are developing some pretty cool stuff in the downtown marketplace. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Chad, real quick update, real estate. Let's get through that. What's going on down there?
So I think really part of the downtown market and why people want to move in a downtown core area, it's all about the lifestyle, right? It's about amenities, and it's about what you have. When you're paying more money for a smaller space, that's not it. It's about the walkability. It's about the activities they can have. So today, Brent Cole and I, Brent's one of my top sales guys with us at Welcome to San Diego Real Estate. We've got Brent here, and him and David are friends. David Lowenstein here with RAD Lab. And I think it's really cool what these guys did. They took, and I'm going to let David talk about it, but they took a city block that was grossly misused or underused, and they had this vision right here from our very own New School of Architecture, and then they went out and executed on it. And I think it's a great story. I think we should start right there.
Let's start that. And the questions I have for you are really simple.
Perfect.
Where, how, why? So let's start with, first of all, what? I left that one out. What exactly are you doing in regards to this courtyard?
So Quartyard is a urban park. The idea is that it was a piece of land that was grossly misused.
Right.
It was just sitting there vacant forever. And
now, where is this?
It's on Park and Market and 11th and G, so right in the heart of downtown.
Got it.
Really the core of East Village. And the idea was that it's sitting there, empty, and the city owns it, and they have big plans to develop it in the future, but what are they doing for it now? So our idea and concept was, well, let's activate it. So we decided to use shipping containers as our building blocks and make a placeholder for future development. So what you're going to see there is a beer garden. You're going to see food trucks. You're going to see concerts, events, really fun activities, a dog park. It's trying to make use of what we have.
Oh, no, I absolutely love it. It just adds to the – obviously there's a lot of real estate downtown, but there's a reason that you have first-time home buyers and empty nesters all buying into downtown and Little Italy. San Diego is just approaching the city the right way. They're making it so it's clean, and you want to be down there and you want to live down there. Now, on the front page of the business section today, they show the Sky Spire. They've also been talking about the Ferris wheel. Last week we talked about these 16 new downtown initiatives. These are all ideas. This courtyard thing it's in motion. It's happening, correct?
Oh, yeah. This was our thesis project. We went to the New School of Architecture and Design, and that was about a year and a half ago. And March 7th, we're shooting for our grand opening. So the last year and a half, we've been really working on it, and things are already being built. Meshuggah Shack, the coffee shop on Park and Market's open now, and food trucks roll out on the 20th, and then the grand opening with a full craft beer garden opens on March 7th.
So the website, if people want to check this out, is quartyardsd.com, Q-U-A-R-T, yardsd.com. Help me understand, though. So I'm looking at the website. I see the dog park, coffee shops, the beer, the food trucks. Are these going to be there at all times? I'm trying to understand what the functionality of this whole thing is going to be.
Exactly. So it's open 7 days a week. It's open. The coffee shop opens at 6. Food trucks come out at lunch, and then they come out for a dinner shift. In the meantime, Sausage and Meat, which is exotic sausage meadery, it's going to be open throughout the day, and the beer garden opens up at lunch, where they'll be serving a light fare, and it's meant to be there all the time. So it's activating the place.
But these are all different, obviously different things here. We're talking about beer, we're talking about coffee, we're talking about food. In the middle of it all, is that kind of the attractor? It's a park. It's an area you're going to go hang out, and you can go off to these different spots, whatever floats your boat?
Exactly. So the idea is it's an outdoor urban park. In downtown itself, there's not very many places where you can sit outside, enjoy the weather, and enjoy beer, food, have your dog out there, and just relax. So it's one of those places that we tried to get everyone involved. So we tried to get the beer people involved. We tried to get the food involved, the dogs involved, and just bring it all together in a place that you can enjoy outside.
Absolutely love it. So Brent and Chad, When you guys see stuff like this coming along, as people that are dominating the real estate market, you have people reaching out to you all the time. Welcome to sandiego.com, by the way, if you're interested in this area. And you have people that are reaching out to you about buying and what are property values going to do. How does this help spur activity for you? What does this do for the market?
Well, like David was saying, it activates that whole block. And so this is just another great amenity that the East Village has. It really, I think, inspires the active lifestyle. And not only is it a social gathering space, but it can be a venue that for private events or live music. It's really going to be an exciting thing that I think ties in with the culture of the East Village.
Chad, what do you think East Village is going to look like in 5 years from now?
So I think it's a great question. It's really interesting because you take a neighborhood like Little Italy, and Little Italy has a theme, right? It's an Italian theme. It's an Italian village growing out, and it knows how it's going to grow. And I always likened East Village, like when I lived in Little Italy 4 years ago, and now I've been in East Village 4 years, living here in our offices now in East Village. So when I'm in East Village, or when I used to look at East Village, I looked at it like a 13-year-old boy that was 6'2" and lanky with big feet and big hands, and a little bit clumsy and kind of a squeaky voice, and trying to figure out who he was going to be as a man, right? As he grew. And I think East Village is finally defining itself.
Yep.
So we've got, it's going to be the neighborhood that has the most growth in the future. So you've got city blocks that are going to sit empty for 10 years while the city of San Diego waits for property values to appreciate to get the right person in there. And you've got, brilliant minds like David here coming in and doing something with a space, creating an amenity, which is great. 40% of our owners downtown have dogs. We don't have a dog park in the biggest neighborhood of downtown. We're making sense. Where people are asking, people are listening and creating solutions. So moving forward, though, I think you've got you've got Underground Elephant coming in. You've got Red Door Interactive just came in. You've got Digitaria. You've got Take Lessons. You've got all these giant tech companies coming in. And I think East Village is kind of be somewhere between cool technology crowd and hipster, along with a lot of empty nesters. Still, about 40-50% of empty nesters and young entrepreneurs are really who's occupying downtown. So
it's really interesting. I was on a sailboat not that long ago, and we were looking into the city, and a friend of mine says, San Diego in 10 years from now is going to look like San Francisco. I said, yeah, I kind of get the point you're trying to make, but the reality is most of these blown-out cities all across the country, you can't go back and correct much of how you've built the city out, and it just seems like San Diego is very forward-thinking on the things that they want to do. They've got the Idea District going. They're building these different hubs where you just mentioned a lot of these tech companies are wanting to go. They're modernistic with their approach, but they're also designing these things in a way that attracts the homeowner, right? And it's good for property values. It always makes sense to kind of be ahead of that growth curve. Are there ways that you can buy into that market? Or are the prices already starting to go up along with it? I mean, when you're buying in East Village, is it untapped? What do you think on the real estate side?
So on the real estate side, I would say that East Village has got the best opportunities downtown.
Than any other spot downtown?
Than any other spot. Little Italy's a smaller neighborhood. There's less inventory. It's tighter. Little Italy already is a really, really great neighborhood, and it's getting better. But East Village is like Little Italy 6 years ago, right? It's not that far along. So most people don't have a vision of what's to become. They see what is, and they either like it or they don't. It feels right or it doesn't, right? So East Village is going to be awesome.
If you wanted to explore buying into the marketplace, I know that last time you're on, you were talking about getting on lists for some of these high-end properties. We got, what's the one that they're putting up now called?
So Pacific and Broadway is the new downtown high-rise that's going up.
The Dubai one we've talked about?
Exactly. There's another one going up right on Upis and Upis and 6, right up on the corner of Balboa Park. Another one there that's going up. We've got another 6-story a Coleridge project going up. So, yeah, we've already got lists going to get people in prior on those.
Do you ever get nervous about the building? Is there enough building going on? Is it, we're going to be increasing too much supply? What do you think is from a market economic standpoint?
I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think you take guys like Nat Bosa with Bosa Development. He's been busy up in San Francisco. He's been busy in Seattle. He's been busy in Vancouver, where those markets have been better than San Diego. Now he's waiting. He's selling there. He's taking his money down here, and he knows he can pin that market. It's 3 years to build a high-rise. He can go now. He started his project just about a month ago. About 2 months ago, he started his project. It's going to take him till the summer of 17 to deliver that. He's got no competition.
Absolutely.
There's nobody else there.
Well, David, Chad, appreciate you coming here. Brent Cole also joining us, top producer with the Daniker Associates team. If you want to learn more about the real estate market, from Little Italy to downtown into the metro market, Chad Daniker, he is the #1 producer out of there. There's a reason you just heard all the information he provided you today. Go to welcome-to-san-diego.com. When do I get to have my first beer?
Yes.
That's what I need to know, David. When do
Come
we
on
get to go to
down,
the
March
beer garden?
7th.
When is it?
March 7th.
March
So
7th.
you're going to do like a grand opening?
Oh, yeah.
What day is March 7th?
It's a Saturday.
We'll
Saturday,
be there.
March 7th.
They're going to have Alpine Brewing Company
Brent's
too, right?
buying.
Oh, yeah. we're
Brent's
gonna have
buying.
all
Brent's
types of
buying
craft
Saturday,
beer.
March 7th.
Got it.
I'm
Everybody
March
come down,
7th.
mention Brent Cole. He's got you covered.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Gotta
If
have
you
some
want
fun with
to,
it.
if you want to connect with us, I will be there. If you want to join us and whatever we set up there, go to welcome-to-san-diego.com and we'll join Chad Daneker and all these guys down there. Have a lot of fun with the opening. I'm really excited for it. All right, guys, that's a great show today. We brought in a lot of local San Diego experts, a lot of great information. If you missed any of it, make sure you visit me at craigsewing.com. Ask your questions there. Here to be your consumer advocate. We're out for today. See you tomorrow, 6 p.m. KCBQ.